Hey guys, what's going on? Hermdo, whatever the fuck. I'm back with you again on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's actually cool out for once. There's a nice breeze, about 74 degrees. Not like that 90-degree shit we were living through for the last couple days in my lovely Midwestern state. I think you guys probably all know where I live, but that's okay. But today, I quit vaping, by the way. I'm using a natural ingredient called tobacco instead. Mm. Got my Newports ready. Oh yeah, baby. We're smoking in style. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but hope you guys are all having a good weekend. I got to go back to work tomorrow. It kind of sucks. Um, but I don't know. Um, they were cutting our hours pretty heavily last few weeks. Worked. I got a full paycheck on Thursday for the first time in like 2 months. It was crazy, but now we're getting some more time off here and there. They keep saying work's coming in, work's coming in, work's coming in, but we're getting these smaller and smaller orders. I don't know how it is for you, but it's just one of those things. I'm not really educated on like the economy and stuff, but I've been feeling the squeeze. I know inflation's been going up. I know a lot of people are struggling right now, myself included. The only reason I'm able to have any money in my pocket at all is because I'm staying with my sister for the time being. I sold my old place, spent all the money on bills and paying back debt and shit. But it's one of those things. I don't know, because I'm thinking about like the future and what the future holds. I don't know about you guys, but some days I fantasize about like taking money out of my IRA and just buying a van with it and just going around the country, putting a mattress in the back, and getting some other stuff, kind of making a camper out of it and traveling around the country and not working and just, I don't know, taking some money and just doing like some kind of trip for myself. I just got to get the fuck out, man. I don't know how you guys feel. Um, well, I'd like to just get the hell away from here for a while. Stop doing the 9 to 5 shit. Hell, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like thinking to myself, like, what's the future going to be? Am I going to be able to afford to live by myself in the future? Am I going to, I pretty much, like, my credit's shot anyway. Not that I'm really looking. But the car I have right now, it's an '09 Nissan Versa. I paid $1,000 for it last year. I'm staying with my sister. I got rid of a ton of stuff when I moved. My old dinette set, my old couch, my old coffee table, all this shit, I had just laying around. I got rid of so much furniture. I got a hand-me-down bed from my aunt, so that's what I've been sleeping on. But I'm barely spending any money on furniture or anything. I'm just buying the essentials, trying to save up some money if I can. I got to worry about the expenses, eating out, buying, I'm not spending money on vapes anymore. At least hopefully, I hope I can just keep trying to just all this money I'm spending on like alcohol and food and vapes and all this bullshit, like stupid shit, like dumb electronic garbage from like Amazon that I don't really need. What am I buying that shit for? It just sits in my room. I sold my camera actually. I bought this Canon T7 Rebel. I bought it about 3 years ago during the pandemic. I thought I was going to use it all the time. I took like maybe 50 pictures with it, and then it just sat in my closet for like 2 years. I finally sold it for $200. I paid over $600 for it, but I'm just lucky I was able to get rid of it at all. I'm selling a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get some more money in. Just trying to keep my head above water, basically. But at times like this, you kind of rethink like your materialism and like how much value you put on like the stuff you buy. There's that line from Fight Club. I know I'm a millennial guy, millennial white guy. Of course, I love that movie, but where Tyler says, the things you own end up owning you. I kind of felt that because all the importance I give to things like, my computer, my TV, my phone, all that shit, all the stuff I've collected over the years. It's like, where would I be without it? Mm. I'm downsizing my stuff. I remember, it just I want to be able to move more efficiently. I got a friend of the family. His name was John, good guy, and he owned very little. He lived a very Spartan existence. I remember helping him move once. He had basically a mattress, some books. I think he had a laptop, like a chair, and maybe a TV, like a small TV. But he was like renting rooms around the city. And I remember helping him move once. It took us like an hour maybe, because he had like barely anything at all. And I'm thinking, I'm probably going to wind up living like that. I'm probably going to rent a room somewhere, see if I can get a good price, probably be staying in certain places. Those leases are goofy. You sign it, you're out in 3 to 6 months, you got to go somewhere else. I don't know how long I'm going to stay here. I don't know if I can get another like actual apartment because the rents are out of control. I know they're building more housing and they stopped that because there was some issue, getting loans in place and then the lumber, all these lumber mills are closing down. Price of lumber is going up, or it's staying steady. I don't know what's going on, but I know shit's getting more expensive. So building materials cost more, so they're not going to build as much housing. But rent prices were kind of on the decline for a little bit because more housing was being built, but now it seems to be tapering off. So I don't know where I'm going to be. I don't want to just like sit and complain about my lot in life. I still have a lot of good things going for me, but it's just, I got a roof over my head. I can, I'm able to afford food and my medication and stuff. I'm able to live somewhat comfortably as of right now. But the thing with my dad's going on. He needs heart surgery, and he's in good spirits about it. He's just kind of like, hey, there's nothing I can do about it. I just gotta. He's old. He just turned 66. So, I'm thinking like, I wish I could be more independent, but I still need his help. From time to time. He's helped me pay off some debts and stuff. I had some medical bills he helped me pay off, and it's just I wish I could. I see my friends who have kids and families, and they have nice houses and good careers, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm just like trailing behind them. They're my age now, but they're a lot more successful than me. I know you're not supposed to compare yourself to other people. It's not a healthy thing to do. I try not to, but sometimes it's hard, man. You go on like Facebook, you see everyone having kids left and right, getting promoted, and you're just like running in place. I've been at my job for over 2 years now, about 2 years and 3 months now. And that's the longest place I've stayed in quite a while. I was job hopping every year, every 6 months I'd go to another job, quit there or get laid off or whatever. Been fired a couple times. Some places, I remember I walked out to this one place a couple of years ago, before I got my job now. It was just so, the guy I was working with was a really good guy. The work wasn't too bad, but it was just really, really involved, and I felt like it was just too much work for the money. So I just remember I told the guy I was working with, like, hey, I'm going to the bathroom, and I just walked out. I cleared up my locker. I just got the fuck out of there. I think that's the first time I ever did that. I think it's the first time I ever walked out of my job. I think everybody should walk out of their job once in their life. It's pretty exciting. But, I'm making a decent wage now, but I remember back in 2014, I went from making $13.50 an hour to making $20 an hour. And that was like a huge increase for me. I was able to, but I remember $20 an hour back then. I could afford an apartment. I could get not a new car, but a newer car, like a car that was less than 10 years old. I was able to have a TV. I was able to buy some nice things for myself and live comfortably for a few years. And now $20 an hour don't really mean shit, with the prices around here. Spending 50-60% of your income on rent. The way housing is, my family wanted to buy a house back on the east side of my state. I'm on the west side of my state now, but we don't know if that's going to happen now. House prices are inflated. Then you got to worry about property taxes. You got to worry about, interest rates. You got to worry about, obviously the price to maintain it. You know, I know guys. I got friends and family that bought houses. You can see my bald head for a second, but you know they're spending tens of thousands of dollars just on upkeep alone. And these houses, you know, I mean, they were in decent shape, but you know, you gotta. I know some guys that had to like redo like their front porches, or their roofs, or their basements, or they have to like raise their driveways or whatever, or do work on their garages. You're spending $20,000-$30,000 to get their house up to code or whatever. It's just that's fucked. It's fucked. And you know, I guess I'm. Then again, I'm like rethinking like all these things. Like I mentioned before about materialism, but it's just like, you know, I had an opportunity to buy a house before the pandemic, or during the pandemic rather, when rates were still really low. A lot of people are holding on to their houses now because their rates are like they got in at like 2-3% interest, and now you know it's like 6-7% interest. But I could have gotten in, but I kind of just chickened out. You know, but the realtor I was using was kind of shady. I think they were kind of lying to me about some stuff, but I don't know. I kind of regret not doing it, but at the same time, I was like, do I really want to lock myself into a house for the next 30 years? I don't really have any, like, as it stands right now, I don't really have any big obligations. I don't own a home right now. My car is paid for. I'm employed. I got some savings. Not much. I got some debt I'm working on. I'm going to have to consolidate my credit cards. Either that or I'm defaulting on them, and then my credit's totally fucked. But at the same time, it's like, what does it matter? What does it matter? What does having a shitty credit score even matter? I could probably pay some firm to like fix it for me for a few $100. But even then, I'm not going to be buying a new car or buying a house anytime soon. Fuck, dude. I don't want to get into that much debt. You know, I hear these people taking out. I almost took out another credit card. You know, and that would have been a $2,000 limit. I would have maxed that out in a matter of weeks. I would have been another $2,000 of debt settled on top of the shit I already have. But I needed shit. I was desperate. I had no money coming in. All my money was going to rent and bills and all these other fucking expenses. But you know, you're kind of learning. You know, you kind of. I've started like maintaining like a book. Like I have an app on my phone where I put the amount of money I had in my paycheck, and every expense I subtract it from that amount. And it's like you don't realize you could spend a couple $100 on a weekend, even more, just on bullshit. It's like I go to the mall and I'm like, maybe I'll buy a new hat. And those are $50. This was a $50 hat. These sunglasses were free, but you know, it's just like you'd be surprised. I'll buy myself like one nice thing, and it's like maybe I'll drop $25-$30 at D-Dubs, you know, and then I'll buy a couple things at the store. I'll buy this, I'll buy that, and before you know it, you're like $300 down, and you're just like, what the fuck happened? And then you got to pay your bills and all that shit. My bills are pretty manageable now, but my phone bill is still insane. It's like $130 a month. I bought the internet phone bundle from this company. I don't want to say which company, but you know, I got rid of the internet when I moved because I was using my sister's internet now, but the phone plan itself is still absurdly expensive. I called them and tried to lower it. They're just like, well, you're locked in for another year because technically my phone is free, and if I went down to a lower plan, I'd have to pay for my phone, so I wouldn't be saving any money. Fuckers, I swear to God. But I can afford it for the time being, and it's a good plan. You know, it's a good phone, so I'm recording on it right now, but I don't know. Just I think about the future, and I'm just like, what's going to happen now? You know, my dad's getting older. Me and my sister, she's in her mid-30s, I'm in my late 30s. My brother's in his late 30s. You know, he's living on the other side of the state still. I don't know. My brother makes more money than I do, a hell of a lot more. You know, he was able to get a nice house. He bought it a few years ago during the pandemic. He's sitting pretty. You know, he's got some money saved up and stuff, and he's able to handle his expenses. And you know, I feel like a bum. You know, I feel like I should have done more with my life, but it is what it is. You know, I used to tell myself, everything happens for a reason. If you lost your job or you broke up with your girl or something bad happens, I tell myself, this happened for a reason. This was to make me a stronger, better person. And it was basically just like a coping mechanism. Just like, there's something to tell myself to make myself feel better. And then, I don't know, I still believe it sometimes. Like, maybe I'm looking for meaning in something that doesn't really have any meaning. Maybe I just got fucked over. I don't know. I don't know. Smoking my cancer sticks. Oh, Jesus. My nice backyard. You can sit back out here, spend some time. I got to get on this weather. You know, I got to get outside. I can't be sitting inside all day. But I don't know. I'm worried about the future. People are saying the economy's crashing. They say it's already crashed. They're saying it's not going to crash. They're saying everything's fine and dandy. I don't know what I believe in, but there's so much bullshit out there. There's so much bullshit and doublespeak and false information and fake news out there. You know, it's just, what can you really believe anymore? You know, I mean, I've kind of become less trusting of, corporate news and the stuff I see when, you're browsing Twitter, or you're checking Facebook, or I got like a news feed app on my phone. I just check certain articles there. People are flipping out about this and that. People are talking about AI. People are talking about, I don't know, I was watching some Elden Ring playthroughs, and I got all these Elden Ring ads. I'm not into those games. I tried playing Dark Souls. I got my ass beat so many times. I don't really play video games anymore. That's the thing that happens when you get older. You just kind of lose your interest. You know, I don't really go out and party anymore. All my friends are on the other side of the state. I don't really have much of a social life. I don't know. I don't really smoke weed. I'm not really into sports anymore. Kind of lose your interest after a while. Maybe I'm burnt out. Maybe that's what it is. I feel tired. I feel like there's not much point in working anymore. I feel like I'm just being gaslit. I don't know. I'm just bullshitting, so I just gotta get some thoughts out, and we'll see what happens, but I'm gonna leave it there. I've been talking for 17 minutes already, but thanks for watching. If you made it this far, God bless you. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll have more videos up whenever I feel like it. I haven't been feeling too inspired lately. I've got some other shit going on, stuff with my dad, my dad's health. That's been weighing on me. So, I'll talk to you guys later.